What a shocking result we witnessed in the Premier League. Tottenham Hotspurs were beaten 3-1 by Crystal Palace in a match full of drama, momentum shifts, and some serious questions for Spurs. Crystal Palace came into this game as underdogs, but by the end of the night, they delivered a performance full of confidence, energy, and clinical finishing. First half, Tottenham started strong. The game started exactly how Tottenham fans would have hoped. Spurs were energetic, confident, and pushing forward early. They controlled possession and tried to move the ball quickly through midfield, creating pressure on Crystal Palace defense. Tottenham attacking players looked sharp, constantly trying to find space behind the Palace backline. The early pressure finally paid off when Tottenham produced a well-worked attacking move that ended with a goal. The stadium erupted. Spurs were 1-0 up, and it looked like they might control the game from there. At this point, Crystal Palace was struggling to settle Tottenham, were pressing high, winning second balls, and forcing Palace into mistakes. But football can change quickly. Slowly, Crystal Palace began to grow into the match. They started pressing Tottenham high up the pitch and attacking with more confidence. Instead of sitting back, Palace began to move the ball faster and look for opportunities on the counter attack. That change, that change in approach would soon make a huge difference. As the first half continued, Crystal Palace began creating more dangerous moments. Their midfield started winning more battles, and their attackers were finding spaces behind Tottenham's defense. Then came the key moment. Crystal Palace produced a quick attacking move off guard, that caught Tottenham off guard with a sharp passing and great movement. Palace found themselves in a dangerous position and they finished their chance brilliantly. Goal for Crystal Palace. Suddenly, the score was 1-1 and the entire momentum of the game had changed. After Van der Ven fouled Sarr from Crystal Palace, he was given a red card for imposing a clear scoring chance for Crystal Palace. So he was given a red card and Crystal Palace were given a penalty. So he scored the penalty and the game was equalized. He equalized the game for Crystal Palace and they were 1-1. So Tottenham playing with 10 men in the first half. In the early stages of the first half, Van der Ven was given a straight red card. Tottenham playing with 10 men. And then Tottenham, who looked comfortably earlier, now looked nervous after being given the red. Crystal Palace were full of confidence and starting pushing forward even more. After Crystal Palace saw that Tottenham have one, they are having 10 men, so they grew more confidence and started pushing forward into the Tottenham's half. By halftime, the match felt completely different from the opening minutes. After that, Wharton slotted a great pass from Larsen, the new signing from Wolves, who came to Crystal Palace, scored the second goal after taking a good pass from Adam Wharton, and he scored the second goal. After the game continued, they got another chance to score where Pape Sarr got a through ball and he reached the end of it while slightly putting his foot towards the ball and he touched the ball slightly and it went past Vicario. After Vicario, Pedro Porro could not close Sar down and the goal entered. But Pedro Porro looked frustrated because he thought Vicario would have been able to stop that ball from going inside the goal, but that was not the case because Pape Sarr saw Vicario was coming out from his goal and he just tapped the ball with the front of his feet and the ball entered. Now the game was 3-1. Tottenham had conceded 3 goals in the first half. The first half ended. In the second half, Crystal Palace Crystal Palace began looking more confident as a team. They pressed aggressively and forced Tottenham into mistakes in their own half. Every time Palace attacked, it looked dangerous. Tottenham tried to respond by pushing forward again, but their defense began to look vulnerable. Crystal Palace took full advantage after another dangerous attack. Palace managed to break through Tottenham defense and scored a second goal. That was what I was telling you guys. But this was in the first half. And then for Tottenham, this was a nightmare scenario. Their team had started the match so well, but now they were chasing the game. We saw some Tottenham fans leaving the stadium. We saw some empty seats after Tottenham conceded after Tottenham was given a red card. There were some Tottenham fans who left the field because they felt they were frustrated with how Tottenham are performing, and then they started conceding those goals, and the first half ended 3-1. Tottenham conceding 3 goals in the first half. Some other fans then left the stadium because they felt like Tottenham, there's no way they are coming back in this game, having a man down and still conceding 2 goals in the first half. The stadium looked empty after the first half. When the first half was ending, there seemed a lot of we saw a lot of empty seats in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There were a lot of empty seats because some fans left. As the match moved forward, the final minutes, Tottenham were pushing everyone forward. They needed a goal, but Crystal Palace stayed disciplined, defended well, and waited for the right moment to counter-attack. Then it happened. Palace launched a fast counter-attack that completely exposed Tottenham defense with speed and precision. They moved the ball forward and finished their chance brilliantly. That was the third goal for Pape Sarr in the first half. At the moment, the game was effectively over. That's what I was saying. Tottenham trying to respond, but there simply wasn't enough time left. The final whistle confirmed a huge win for Crystal Palace. And then when we look at the analysis of that game after the game ended, the biggest issue was defensive organization. After taking the early lead, Spurs struggled to deal with Crystal Palace counter-attacks and quick transitions. That's one mistake Tottenham could not deal with. Secondly, Crystal Palace, on the other hand, showed excellent teamwork and determination. They stayed calm after conceding the first goal and slowly built their way back into the game. The impressive attacking movement and finishing made the difference. Their pressing attack movement and finishing made the difference. This was a complete comeback performance from the Eagles. Hmm? So I just wanted to ask some Tottenham fans, if you are seeing this video, do you think Tottenham are having defensive problems? And how? This is another question for Crystal Palace fans. And how far can Crystal Palace go this season? How do you think, how far do you think Crystal Palace will go? Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications for more Premier League match reviews, guys. So subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like the video for more match reviews, and tell me the matches you want me to talk about in the next video. Tell me that in the comment section. I'll really appreciate. Like, subscribe, and turn on my notifications so that you can be notified when I put on another video for you guys. Thanks.